Thanks, Tom, and welcome back to What Really Matters. Folks, it's with great pleasure I welcome a tiger from Nova Scotia to us, Patricia Norman, Executive Director of the Bay Area Youth Running Program. Quite a mouthful, but Patricia, let's jump right into it. What is the Bay Area Youth Running Program?
Very simply put, we are an obesity prevention program.
Obesity prevention, okay.
Correct, which is, as we all know, a major issue going on in every community. I am from Canada, it's just big in Canada, but I came to San Francisco because the community really supports their children, let alone programs, especially in nonprofits. So really what we do is we are an in-school and after-school running program for underserved youth. That covers elementary, we go into middle school, but we're really working with children that are unable to get enough physical activity in their daily lives.
Well, it certainly makes sense. Listeners, 1 in 5 youth in America are overweight, and, well, you don't need to go too far to see the problem. But I would gather the reason you're starting in elementary and working through middle school is that's really where the habits are set. Is that a fair assessment?
That is correct. Primary prevention is really my focus. It's what my background is in, health promotion. And when you're teaching anyone a new trick, a new lesson, a habit, it takes time. And if you can grow up with those lessons, it's easier on you for your whole lifetime. If we're trying to teach someone my age even, it is a lot more difficult to pick it up, let alone anyone. So when you're dealing with children, given that knowledge and that experience at a young age, they have those skills throughout their life.
Well, I got to tell you, listeners, this tiger runs marathons, and I got to say, this proud golden bear, well, we'll leave it at that. We'll just leave it at that. How does the program work? And do you just say to the kids, all right, we're here, there's the starting line, go?
Exactly. No, we really have to motivate our children. We can barely motivate ourselves to get up and go for a run. So how do you get children active when there's so many other avenues that they would rather be doing, such as playing on the computers, even with us? So what we do is we go in through some after-school programs that are already set up that are missing a physical activity component.
Okay.
So they're looking for a way to get their children active. Now, different schools go at it in different ways, but based on the adaptability of our program, the general idea is that we get the kids to run in laps, and we count how many laps they do that equal so many miles.
Okay.
And after every 5-mile increments, they get a little keychain, and they add up until like 50, 100 miles. They get
100 miles?
I know, throughout the full year. It's amazing how much that really adds up. We have a lot of kids that reach the 100-mile mark, but they get t-shirts. They get other little incentives to keep them going, but we also encourage the schools to take them to an event, which we help plan. Because some kids, a keychain, that's what's really going to get them going. And some kids want to train to go do someplace, to go do an event, to go someplace that they haven't been before. And we work in some of the communities that the children have never traveled. A lot of them haven't seen the Golden Gate Bridge, and they're in Western Addition. So we go to events such as like Girls on the Run. They have a lollipop run, and we take them to one of those events. It supports another nonprofit. It gets the kids out of their community, opens their minds to other options for them to do events, and then they can actually use the skills that we've taught them.
Wow, and do any of the kids actually train for events as in a run? I mean, a 5K or something?
Yes, some of the children do. It really depends on the school, what they're able to do. We have a volunteer in the school or a teacher that really leads the children. We give the program to the teacher to engage the children to partake. And each child gets their own website, and also the teacher has their own website to count the miles. And there's actually a map of the United States, and as a group, they run across the country. And so it compiles how many miles they've done throughout the year, and it really encourages a healthy, competitive spirit.
Well, I can imagine, and certainly it's good to track your progress. Listeners, if you really want to know how to get exercise programs started, simple suggestion is get a medium-sized dog. You'll get all the exercise in terms of walking that you need, but running is a whole different story. That's not an easy one. In any case, we got an idea, Patricia, how it operates in the local schools, and how long has it been going on for?
This has been 2 years. We just transferred our programming to an online component, and we just joined up with this group called Just Run. They're from Monterey. So we're just launching our new program called Just Run San Francisco on September 24th at the Hyatt, and it's our way of reaching out to more schools and try to get into more schools that do not have enough physical activity, which is almost all of them.
Well, it's puzzling, because when I went to school centuries ago, there was a required physical education class. Certainly in middle school, it was every day. I think it lasted about an hour. And in high school, I was required for the first 2 years to do some sort of physical education, which was an interesting adventure. But are you seeing in schools a lack of physical education?
Well, there is a requirement, but it's not being met due to funding. Some of the programs that have been cut have been music, art, physical activity, which we all know enrich our lives. And through funding, it's not able to be there. Now, there has been a major law passed that we need to implement these. But a lot of teachers are scrambling and don't know how to have a program to get their kids more active. So that's why we provide this program. It's a turnkey kind of program. It's ready to go. We just need someone who believes in sport health and all of its benefits.
Well, the benefits are quite obvious. All you need is a couch potato and lose some weight. It's amazing how good you feel. Patricia, give us the results.
We have right now 5 schools that we're working currently with. That is, we have approximately 30 to 300 in each school.
Okay.
So we are looking to reach into 5 more schools this year to a quantity of 10. The Just Run program Monterey is in 40, so we'd like to pilot our project after them and reach into more schools, especially into underserved areas. We have children that have never run before, and they're up to like 20 miles. We have children that, one child reached 50 before we were even halfway through the program. It really is dependent on getting kids active. So as much as we are an obesity prevention program, if a child is not doing anything and now they've done 2 miles in over a month, that's something more. So our results are really based on our target population. We're not trying to make these children athletes. It's a competitive spirit within, just to be active and make it a lifestyle change.
Well, obesity prevention's a good thing, and it also has to be reinforced at home, folks. You can't have them eating junk food, as I lovingly say. Got to avoid that stuff, because then you're just defeating the battle of bulge, if I might say. Now, what events do you have coming up? You mentioned September 24th, and that's at the Hyatt downtown, is
Yes, on the Embarcadero. It's September 24th, and it's our kickoff event for the Just Run San Francisco. We just joined up with the Big Sur Marathon that actually designed the Just Run program, Mike Dove and Susan Love, and it's a wonderful program that was actually awarded the Arnold Schwarzenegger's Award last year for children's fitness. And so we just saw that it was something that we should bring here. And it's all online, which is what we didn't have before. And it's a wonderful program. It's proven. And so now we're really trying to kick it off here. And we just introduced our 5 schools to it. And now we're looking to reach into more. We are always looking for events to partake in and get our kids just engaged in the community. And that's our next one we'd like to partake in is the Lollipop Run with Girls on the Run, which is December 8th.
Okay. And will some of the kids be there cheering you on in the Nike Women's Marathon?
I hope so. Good. I've told them about it. I am a firm believer that you have to lead by example. And so if I'm not active, then why would they trust me? So we talk a lot about running and goal setting and lifestyle change and how it's a part of my life. And then the children get very excited because then they want to beat me in a race. So it's good. I have to keep my training to keep up with them.
Understandable. And folks, when you set a goal like this and you achieve it, then you lead yourself to other goals, and soon enough it's morphed outside of the running world into basic life, if I may say. But once you instill it in a young person, they don't lose that. It's a good way to start. What do you want our listeners to do?
We are a nonprofit, and I am, as of right now, the only employee. So I am constantly writing grants and looking for sponsors and reaching into the community to support us. Now we are a free program because we work in underserved areas. So we are looking for funding. We have a website. People can donate directly on there. It's www.bayrp.org. And if you look at the Just Run website, that will also lead you to our website.
And listeners, that will be on the Cathedral website as well. You'll see a link back to bayrp.org. Final question for you. What really matters?
Helping our youth, primary prevention. We need to lead them by example, and we need to get active. It's our goal, get kids going. Just run.
I appreciate the time, Patricia. That's a tiger from Nova Scotia. Good to have you on the show.
Thank you.